For some perspective from the ground, let's cross live now to our reporter, James Andre. He's coming to us from Tehran. James, what are you hearing from voters today and seeing at the polls?
Well, Charlie, I'm here in front of Ershad Mosque, where the challenger in this election has voted. It is Abdel Nasser Hemati. He is the reformist candidate, the only reformist candidate in his race, and he is the one who might eventually, though most experts agree he has very little chance, have a chance facing the frontrunner, and that is Raisi, who indeed is seen as a potential victor in this election. Now, what I can tell you is that, as you see here, there is a long line of people waiting to enter this mosque to vote. It is something which is very common to vote inside mosques here in Iran. And the voters I've been speaking to this morning, we've visited 3 polling stations since the polls opened at 7 o'clock. We saw mostly conservative voters who told us they supported indeed Raisi, the favoured candidate, and who were telling us that what they want is a strong president, a president that will stand against the West in international negotiations, a president that will be tough, a president also that will be close to the people and who will fix the economy, because that is one of the main issues today in this election.
Let's talk a little bit more about Ibrahim Raisi, because for many viewers, this may be the first time they've heard about him. He is expected to easily win, so how could his policies potentially change Iran?
Now, Ibrahim Raisi is an ultraconservative. He is a hardliner here in the regime. He was the head of the judiciary. He was a long-time prosecutor. And indeed, Ibrahim Raisi is, for a lot of people here, they believe he will change the perspective of Iran outside after 8 years of Rouhani. A lot of people are disappointed after these 2 terms of Rouhani. Of course, as you know, Donald Trump pulled out of the nuclear accord, the famous JCPOA, and slapped new sanctions on Iran. These sanctions have hurt the economy very badly. Now, some of the promises by Ibrahim Raisi, for example, are to build 1 million new homes a year. And this is very appealing to people here, noticeably in Tehran, where rents are high and people are struggling. The economy has really taken a hit with the sanctions and the coronavirus. The inflation rate has gone up 48% over the last year. People are struggling to make ends meet. We did interviews on the streets of Tehran. A lot of people were telling us they were not going to vote because they don't believe a new president is going to change anything. But indeed, negotiating, lifting or easing the sanctions is going to be one of the first items on the list of any new president. And this is something, of course, Raisi is going to have to work at. But here domestically, he's also going to have this posture of a strong man against the West. And that, of course, is something that is going to be a very difficult balancing act for him. But the big thing everybody is going to watch today, obviously, is turnout. Because so many people actually came out and told us very candidly in front of the camera that they were not going to vote this time. And this is quite surprising for Iran. That goes to show that we can expect pretty low turnout. And of course, everybody's going to watch that turnout figure in order to see how credible the new president is going to be, whether that is Raisi, one of his challengers, but chances are it is going to be Ibrahim Raisi.
James Andre, he'll be reporting for us all day from Tehran. Thank you so much for that update.